Yo, what's up everybody, and today we are back here in Minecraft, and I'm going to be building the CREEL house from Stranger Things. So if you live under a rock and you somehow don't know what Stranger Things is, it's basically just only, the greatest show to have ever existed, and it actually just came out with its 5th and final season, I believe it was on Wednesday, and it's volume 1, and there's going to be 2 more volumes after it, so that means 2 more parts, the next 3 episodes, and then the final episode on New Year's Eve. So I definitely recommend watching that show. It's on Netflix only. But we're going to be building the CREEL house from said show today. Obviously, I'm just going to get, whatever wool I think would work for this house. So these are the colors that we're working with, and obviously there is white as well. I think for that, I'm just going to use quartz, because it does almost have a yellow hint to it. So definitely some smooth quartz action here. And obviously, for, the fences and stuff, we kind of got to do pale. There's no other option except for pale. So I guess that'll be our palette. Let's go ahead and put the stairs in to start. Let's just say that this is Minecraft size, so this would be about 3 blocks like this, and probably 2 blocks up. So 3 blocks wide, 2 blocks up. And obviously here, there is a little bit of trim leading up to it, and then some detail. I'm just gonna honestly go with pale oak shelves. I think they look pretty good. And then some more stairs like this. This is gonna be a rough build, guys. This is gonna be a very rough build. But, there's nothing I can do about that. I'm just gonna try my best, and it's not gonna look accurate. It'll never look accurate. It would be so hard to make it look completely perfect. These little tiny details, I'm not worried about that. That would be so hard to do, correctly. If you're wondering why I'm doing this instead of upside down stairs, which, in retrospect would look a lot better, it's because I want to add these, trapdoors in here for detail. This might be one of my most intricate builds I have ever done on the channel, so definitely stay tuned until the end so you can see the finished product. This is going to be a crazy build. Got some slabs back here for some depth. Yeah, honestly, I think this is going to look pretty good, but I can't get ahead of myself because I never know, and I start saying this stuff, and it jinxes it, which I don't want. And then I want to show you guys what I'm talking about with these trapdoors. I just want to also see what it looks like as well, and honestly, I think, yeah, I like that a lot. We'll even slap one up there, just why not? Just having fun with this, and I'm just literally just having fun with this at this point. This side is basically way different. I was about to say the same thing, but it's not the same thing. It's it comes up slightly or out slightly. I'm not sure. I guess we're just gonna go 1 block out, 1 block in, and then there's a little bit of a curvature thingy-majig going on here. Great term for it, a thingy-majig. Probably something along the lines of that. I'd say that's probably the perfect size already. Now, right here is a little bit covered up by a tree, but I'm just going to assume that it's the exact same as the other side, so I'm going to do that. All right, let's give this curvature a little bit of depth now, because that is a very important part of every single build, is just making sure there's some sort of depth, so it's not just plain, boring nothing. Just completely flat walls. You never want that. See, that right there, though, this is what we want. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know about that, but definitely this. Let's go ahead and build up some of this porch now. So from what I can see, it's basically just more of this blue color, and just down all the way over here, and it would eventually connect back up into that roof. I'm not sure how. I'm gonna have to check that out. And then obviously it comes back a little bit as well, like that. I don't do any framing or structuring. I just go right for it. I'm just going to assume that the porch comes out along with everything else there. I'm not sure if that's accurate, but I'm just going to go with it anyway. And then we build this up just a little bit. I'm just going to assume that the porch is spruce, even though it's probably not, but we're just going to go with it. Because it looks like the door is spruce, so I can only assume that this is spruce as well. And we will make them just completely match up with the other pillars perfectly, because that is what they look like. They're all identical to each other. And man, over here looks crazy. There's multiple pillars, but we have encountered our first major issue. I'm noticing that these pillars are supposed to come down onto the porch, but that's mathematically impossible. All right, I'm gonna have to come in here and make some changes. I don't really know. We're just gonna go with what we got, guys. And it looks like this is what we got. There are just multiple pillars here for whatever reason. I really don't know why. And then there's another pillar right here. There's literally 3 pillars just right next to each other. Yeah, I'm really liking this so far. I think this is gonna look pretty good. There's a little bit of trim right here, actually, like this. And then obviously we fill in back here with the blue wool. I'm going to go ahead and put down the rest of these fence gates. There's a pillar right here. And I believe that's actually the last pillar. No, there is one more. I don't know why there's so many of these things. They're very hard to, or not hard, but very tedious to make. All right, now I'm just going to attempt to build up the rest of this, like, wall. I can't really see what I'm looking at, so that's going to be kind of hard. I'm just going to kind of assume everything. Let's continue to build up these walls so then I can finally put in like this roof up here and completely finish it. I think that'll be a huge part of everything. So let's go ahead and fill in this roof real fast, just like this, which it is actually all just blue wool, which I'm very thankful for because I could barely get a good look at it and I didn't want to have to be guessing, but there is a shot where it shows the underside of this roof, so I'm very happy about that because it's really hard to guess what color is right because I'm a very picky person. So having to guess things like that, it just makes me upset, man. I can never choose what I want it to be. That's why when I'm building, I need a perfect reference photo, or I physically can't do it because I cannot make guesses. I can't physically do it for whatever reason. My brain just doesn't allow me. So what I'm going to do is instead of building them all the way back here, I'm probably just going to build them like right here, the walls. I mean, I honestly think that's not a bad idea, but in this one picture, they do come all the way back, but that's only on this side. On over here, I'm going to have to do a lot of that. This is such an intricate build. Like, it's actually just, it amazes me how easy some things will look, and then they're just the most difficult builds that you've ever made in your entire life. I don't know how that's even possible, and I hate when it happens, but I gotta get this build done. I do genuinely believe that we are getting somewhere with this build at least. I can't see the roof up here, so I'm just going off of what I can see. So by no means will this ever be perfect, unfortunately. These windows are definitely 3 blocks high, so I'm going to do the walls about that tall. I'd say they're probably, you can probably get away with a double wide window up here. I'm not sure if it's like perfect, it's like just completely accurate, but I'm going to go with it. And there we go. I know the windows are completely uneven. This one's like 2 blocks over, and this one's 1 block in. But I know it's like that. But it does look like that in the show, so I'm fine with that. And obviously the inside of the windows. I don't really know how to do this top part. All right, looks like that's what we're going with for the windows. Does it look completely 100% beautifully, perfectly accurate? Absolutely not. But does it look good? I mean, I think it does. Now, one of my least favorite things to build in Minecraft is a slanted wall, which is what I'm doing right now as we speak. I don't like building these, man. They are so tedious and annoying to do, but unfortunately, there's like multiple of these, so I'm going to have to do them. And especially when there's a window on them, which it just makes it even worse. But again, there is a window, so I have to do that. I guess we'll just hit them with a little bit of that. I mean, what else can you do for it? But luckily with these, you can put slabs like right here and have it look perfectly, totally fine. So I do kind of like building them, just not really. And then add the trim here. I don't know why I'm doing all this detail like before the main structure of the entire build. Don't ask me, man. I'm just going for it, dude. But that's the thing. I wing these builds, I don't put too much thought into it, and they end up looking good. So that's kind of just what I've done my whole life, and that's what I'll continue to do. Because when I think about the build too much, it ends up looking terrible. Alright, so right here, the wall actually begins to come out, like, a lot, so I'm going to have to do that. Probably about to, maybe right there would be fine. Here we go. This one probably only comes out about 1 block, so we'll do like that. We'll bring it to right there, because that is the kind of the maximum spot we can bring it to. That's not really going to be the right size, unfortunately, but that's kind of just how it's going to have to be because of the proportions. They're not, they're not perfect at all. But before we get to building any of these windows, I kind of just want to see what I'm working with on, like, the proportions over here, because I know it's going to get a little bit janky and wonky. But if I want this to line up at all, unfortunately, I'm going to have to do something like this. And I will also do that. I don't really care if that window's not perfectly even. I'm trying to give myself as much space as I can here. Alright, now what we're gonna do is probably just put in some of the trim stuff. This is gonna be a very difficult task, but I mean, I'm gonna get it done one way or another, man. Hold on, what am I thinking? Why am I not just using trapdoors? I like, see, these things, they just don't go through my mind properly. I don't know why. I swear, it could be the easiest solution, and I'm doing everything but that. And the thing is, I've literally used trapdoors as trim before, so I don't know what's up with me, man. There we go, that works, yeah. They don't look better from the side necessarily, but from the front, I personally think they look a million times better. Honestly, shelves, I would use shelves, but there's not that much detail to it. It's kind of just like a flat line. If it was a really intricate, detailed trim, I'd be using shelves, but it's not. Yeah, that looks like just a million times better. I'm not sure why I didn't do that from the start. All right, let's go ahead and build up the rest of this deep slate stuff. Filling all this in is so tedious, but I mean, it is, in some way, it's like, it's almost weirdly fun. As tedious as it is, I kind of enjoy doing it, because I get to watch it come together. I'm not sure if that makes sense. Like, unless you build constantly in Minecraft, I don't think that would make sense. Also, if you're wondering, I am building the, like, intact version, like the brand new CREEL house. I'm not building the old, like, beat down 50 years ago CREEL house. Like right here, I can't tell what I'm looking at. That's the problem. Like, I don't know what's going on right here, so it's really hard. But I'm just gonna guess that it's probably something like this. I don't know, man. Alright, now that we got, you know, a lot of that stuff done, I'm gonna try to put in some of the windows. So right here would be obviously one of them. I'm gonna try to do the same tactic I did with these other windows. So that means, alright, I think we're gonna use a fence in this one. I think that probably is the best option here. Alright, yeah, I mean, that's probably the best we're going to get. It doesn't look perfectly 100% accurate to the show, but there's really no way for me to get it 100% accurate. That's just not possible. Before we do anything else, I kind of want to put in up here, like the fence gates and stuff like that, so let's just get that out of the way right now. And there we go. This is definitely looking a lot better than I expected it to. This part, this roof, is going to be most likely one of the hardest parts in this whole build, because I cannot see a single thing, like it's just nothing at all. So this is just going to be completely guessed. Just every single aspect of it is just going to be a guess. Alright, I mean, it looks like it's something like that, so that's probably fine. Let's put in this other window now. This one, I think, should be a lot easier because of the way it's just set up, and it'll make it nicer. Alright, see, this is just way better right off the bat because there's more space for me to work with here than the other one. Or other ones, I guess. Alright, there we go. I know the windows are not supposed to be, like, circular like that, but there's really just nothing else I can do. Oh, also, this is, like, not supposed to be like this at all. This is supposed to be open, and this is supposed to be a roof, which I didn't notice. Alright, now time to build this roof. So I'm imagining probably just stairs here. I mean, I don't see what else I could use. I don't think slabs would look great either, so I definitely think stairs is the way to go here. Oh, and it's a perfect point. Beautiful. Go ahead and put in the windows down here now, actually. We gotta line it up with the ones up top. 2, 3. And there we go. Now we got the windows down here as well. And over here is the door. Sorry, right here. So if we're doing this by Minecraft size, it would be about that tall. Obviously, there is a trim around it. It really needs to be a double door, but it's just, like, not possible now. I almost want to use an oak door just because the oak door has a window on it, and I think that might be a little more accurate. And there we go. This is definitely looking a lot like the house. I think it's looking pretty good. I decided I don't like the oak door, and I'm not using it. All right, now for this window over here, which I quite literally can't see at all, so I'm going to have to kind of do some guessing. I can see it, just not greatly. And that is the best I can do for that window. It doesn't look, you know, exactly like the show, but it's kind of the only thing I can do. Now let's do the trim around the whole house. There's like just a white sort of trim like right in the middle here. I think I'm just going to use signs for that, which is going to be kind of annoying and tedious, but I'm going to do it. And there we go. This is looking pretty good. I think I'm going to work on the roof now. And as for the back of the entire house, I don't know. I can't see it, and there's really no good pictures of it, like, at all. But I'm going to try to do this roof now. I mean, this may end up being top contender for the hardest build I have ever done. There's actually a window right here, which is going to be very hard to do, especially if I want it to be detailed at all, because it's not going to be, unfortunately. Alright, there we go. I mean, that's definitely the closest I'm going to end up getting it to what it actually looks like, and I don't think it looks that bad. Alright, now for this, like, giant part of the roof, which shouldn't be nearly as difficult as every other part. It's kind of just like a flat line. Okay, there's that part of the roof done. Honestly, man, this is looking so good. I'm really happy with how this looks right now. Yeah, I am beyond happy with how this is looking, man. This is honestly definitely, like, one of my best builds I think I've ever done. Like, just ever. This is looking great right now. There is a chimney that I have to put in over here, actually. There is one chimney. Well, now basically the entire front of the house is done. I have to go around and do, you know, everything else. This is going to be one process, I can tell you that. But, time to get to building. Alright, now I've got like a base built up here. I mean, obviously there's no detail at all yet, but I will be adding some detail, like, you know, random trim in places, just stuff like that, kind of the same sort of stuff that's going on in the front. And finally, the house is like built up around the back and everything. It's very plain and boring back here. I'm gonna add windows and texture it, obviously, so it'll look a lot nicer. But I kind of got to do that like right now, which is not something I'm looking forward to doing, but I'm gonna have to. I'm just gonna put in windows for now because I would literally rather do anything else except for texture. All right, we got some windows on the back of the house now. I do have to add some down here, but I don't feel like doing that right now. So I think I'm just going to get to the texturing part of everything. And the roof is going to be the hardest to texture, but I'm just going to start with it to get it out of the way. So here we go. And everybody, I present to you the CREEL house recreated in Minecraft. Here it is.